Hi ladies, so today's video is going to be a review on some of the e.l.f. products, face products that I have in my collection. Now if you subscribe to my videos, you know that I did a huge e.l.f. haul a couple weeks ago and I had a couple people wanting me to do a review on some of the products that I ordered. So let's get into it. The first thing is, and I guess I'll start with eyes, I got the e.l.f. eye brightener. It looks like this. This is the color Buff. It's supposed to, I guess, brighten under the areas of your eyes and kind of set your concealer. I used it a couple times. I'm not 100% in love with it. I don't feel like it did brighten my under eye area any more than any of the other products did, and my concealer creased with it, which, you know, kind of defeats the purpose of using it. So I definitely, I wouldn't say definitely, I wouldn't recommend this product. It's not something that I think actually works, and like I said, it didn't really brighten up the under eye area. But one of the products that I do like, and I've been using it every single day since I've gotten it, is the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. Now it comes in, you know, it has the little holes and everything. It is a translucent powder and it does have a little bit of sparkle to it, but when you put it on under your eyes, you can't see that. I am wearing it today. It does kind of brighten the area. What I like most about it though, it doesn't really camouflage. I guess it's supposed to help cover up your dark eye circles. I don't think that it does that, but what it does do is it helps my concealer not crease. Now I do a multi-step process. I do the Benefit Stay Don't Stray under my eyes, then I do the Benefit Erase Paste, and then I'll do some kind of highlighting shade. So it's kind of three products that I'm using. The Benefit Stay Don't Stray does kind of help, but it does crease up. If I don't set it with a powder, my concealer will crease up. I have been really liking this. I just use a fluffy brush that looks like this, and I just dab it in and literally pat it, and then I kind of swoop it once I know that it's set. And like I said, really like it, would recommend it. Actually, e.l.f., when I did the e.l.f. haul a couple weeks ago, they were doing 40% off. Well, for Cyber Monday, they did 50% off, and I purchased a couple more of these because I liked it that much. Just a really good product. The next thing is, and I guess I'll go to this one, is the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. Now, this is in color Sheer. The High Definition Under Eye Setting was in Sheer. I don't think they make any other colors. I think that's the only color that they do. The e.l.f. High Definition Powder is the same concept of the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. It's translucent, ooh, and it's messy. I hate these things. With the holes and everything, they just drive me insane. Gosh, it's all over. But this one has the same concept. I do like it. This was supposed to be a dupe for something, and I cannot remember what it is. But I've seen it on Pinterest and everything that it's a dupe for some high-end product. I do not know that for sure. I've never tried the high-end product, but this one is okay. I use it once in a while. It's not my go-to. It does okay with setting. I think it does make your pictures come out a little prettier, but it's not something that I use every day. Would I recommend it? Yes. I think it's cheap enough to buy it, and especially if you're getting pictures done, I think it's a good product. It's just messy. Now moving in kind of, I guess, under the same line, I don't know. e.l.f. has like the higher end line, you know, the low end line. Like these are like the lower end line, these are the middle, and then I think that they have another one, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is the e.l.f. SPF 45 Sunscreen. Now it offers UVA and UVB protection. I bought this because it sounded interesting. I am, if you watch my channel, kind of like a lotion phobe. I don't like greasy stuff on my skin, so sunscreen is one of those things that I have a really hard time finding. So I do like the powder. It does have a little bit of color, but when you put it on the skin, it doesn't really show up. It's not like it's like crazy color. This is what it looks like when it's packed on. You can see right there. But if you buff it out, it doesn't change the color of your skin or your foundation or anything like that. I like it. I think it's a decent powder. As far as the SPF in it, I can't really attest. I haven't like tried it. I haven't gone out to the beach or whatever and seen if it really works, so I can't attest to the SPF part, but I do know that the lotion that I use it has SPF, but it doesn't protect against the UVA. It's sunscreen. It protects against sunburn, but it doesn't protect against wrinkles and aging and skin cancer and stuff like that. So this one does both of that. Like I said, I can't attest to the SPF, but I do think it's a decent powder, and it's cheap. The next thing is, I guess, staying in powder, is the e.l.f. Translucent Mattifying Powder. It comes in a compact like this. It has a mirror up here, it has a little sponge, and then here's the powder part. Now it looks like it has some color in it. It doesn't. I have been using this every single day since I've gotten it. I really like it. If you are greasy, it does do a good job of mattifying the grease. It's not long wearing. It doesn't stay all day. I do find that I, in these areas, kind of grease, you know, have that dewy finish or whatever, so I'll just patter it. You know, I can use a sponge or whatever and just pop it on. What I like about this is it's a decent powder. I like the compact because it's something I could throw in my purse. The mirror is actually a pretty decent size. I won't blind you with it, but it's a decent size mirror. And what I also like about it, if you're looking for something, what I hate about doing, you know, using compacts is mine always break in my purse. I don't know, I just throw my purse around or whatever. These are cheap enough that you can buy enough, and I know it sounds really bad, but I think they're like $2 or $3. It's a decent powder for that price, but also you can put it in your purse, and if the mirror breaks or the powder breaks, it's not that big of a deal. So I like that for a travel thing, but like I said, I've been using it every single day, and I think it's fairly decent. The next thing is, now I didn't get this for my haul, it's the contouring blush and bronzer. Now they have, I believe, 3 different colors. This is the blush bronze. They have, let's see, it says 20801. I know that they have like different you know, like names for the colors or whatever. I bought this after I think that they actually named them, but this pink right here, as you can see, I've used these a lot. This pink right here is supposed to be the dupe for the NARS Orgasm. I don't know, I've never swatched the NARS Orgasm, but it's a really pretty color, and this bronzer is really good for contouring. The only problem I have with it, it does have a little bit of sparkle, so for whatever reason in the fall, because it just makes my skin look a little muddy. In the summertime, it's not too bad. I actually got my friend on this. She was kind of going into, she was using an eyeshadow for contouring. She ran out of the eyeshadow, so I told her to buy this because it is super cheap, and I was like, if you don't like it, you can return it. She actually really liked it. And as you can see, again, I've hit the pan. I think it's a very decent bronzer and contouring. The next thing is the golden bronzer. This is just, again, a compact. It has a mirror. It has 4 different shades. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. These 2 shades right here are too muddy or something with my skin. I don't like the way that they look. This dark one is okay. It's got this ashy tone to it, so I have to be really careful. A lot of times what I do is I'll take like the baked blush and like put it inside my cheekbones or whatever to kind of tone down that muddiness. I don't know if that makes any sense. And then this is kind of a highlighter shade. I'll be honest with you, it's not my favorite compact. I don't really like the colors. These 2, again, don't look good on my skin tone, and this one can be a little muddy. I just think that they make other colors that are prettier, so I wouldn't recommend this one just because the colors are just off. I don't know. It's weird. Next thing is another e.l.f. bronzer. Now I think this is the cheaper end, and then this is like the more expensive end, the black one. But the compact is, I'll be completely honest with you, a bear to get in. Once you kind of get your fingernail under it, it's okay, but I mean, it's cheap. It's super cheap. The color is okay. I've used it a couple times. It looks like that. It doesn't have any sparkle or sheen to it, which I like because it doesn't have that muddy look to it or whatever. This is in Color Glow, and like I said, it's okay. It's one of the ones that's good for travel. I have used it a couple times. It's okay. It's okay. Next, moving on, I did that. Contouring blush and bronzing cream. Now I picked this up because if you subscribe to, if you're on YouTube and you know about Jaclyn Hill, she recently, a couple weeks ago, had done a video on highlighting and contouring with cream. So I went ahead and picked this one up because I wanted to start getting into it because it is a more natural finish. These are okay. I didn't have that hard of a time doing it. I don't really, I like the more, I guess, Kim Kardashian contouring, the more, you know, boom in your face contouring. This one, you know, it's buildable, it's blendable. It's okay if you're just getting into contouring with cream blushes, which I think it's easier to contour with powder. I think it's easier to build up and to not add that much product. And plus with powder, like if you get too extreme, you can always kind of buff it out with a translucent powder or another powder or whatever. With cream is a little bit harder. So I think this is more of an intermediate thing. I don't think it's necessarily for beginners who are just starting out with contouring. But it's good. If you definitely are thinking about it, I would pick this up. I think the colors are really pretty. This is a pretty kind of gold or rose color, and this is a nice buildable color that, I mean, if you are fair like me, you need a very little bit, but it's something that if you're darker, I don't know if like super dark would look good in that skin tone, but if you're fair to medium, I think it would be pretty decent. So that one's okay. Next thing is blush. I got this one. This wasn't for my haul, but it's an e.l.f. blush. It's their mineral blush in the color Bliss. I'm actually wearing it on my cheeks right now. It kind of looks like this. It is super, it's matte. It doesn't have any shimmer or anything like that to it whatsoever. And it's just a really pretty flush color. If you are fair like me, I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's my go-to blush. I wear it every single day because I like it that much. It's really, really easy to blend out. It's easy to build up. You just need a very little amount, but if you want like super woo, whatever, it's you can get that really, really quickly. But I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, I use it every single day. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color for fair skin tones, but also it's super blendable and just an altogether blush. Now I will say the only problem I have with this, and now that I think about it, I probably should say it, it doesn't last like all day. Sometimes I'll look and I'll see my contouring line and I'll see that my blush is kind of splotchy. It does splotch out. I, you know, put primer on and then I do the Urban Decay makeup setting spray, and even then it still kind of blotches out. So if you are going to purchase it and you're, I mean, it's not like crazy. All I do is I go in the bathroom with like a tissue and just kind of like move it again, but you do have to kind of like touch it up during the day. So that's the only problem, is the staying powder. But the blendability and the color is absolutely gorgeous. Now another one that I got is the e.l.f. blush, and this is in the color Candid Coral. This comes in a little compact. It does have a little mirror up here. It's super, super small. I don't understand how you're supposed to really use it because it's just, I mean, you can only see, I mean, I can literally only see my eyeballs in this. So it's not like you can like go all the way through and really see like a big portion of your face. Now, this color does have a little sparkle to it. It is a very pretty color. The only problem is I don't think it looks really good on my skin tone. It's very corally. It is a little bit harder to blend than the mineral blushes. You kind of have to work it in, but it is a very pretty color, just not on me. But this is definitely, I think these mineral blushes are $5. I think these regular blushes are $3. So it is cheaper, but it is less blendable. You kind of have to work it in. Next is the Baked Blush, and this is in color Pintastic. Take the thing off. Looks like this. It's got gold in it, and then it's got these hot pink lines through it. The hot pink lines do not show up whatsoever. When you go like that, it just adds pinkness to it. It's okay as a blush, but it's not enough pigment for me. It's kind of like a highlighter slash blush, if you will. It's a little too pink to use as a highlighter, but it's a little too not pigmented. It's pigmented because it is shimmery and everything, but it's not like pigmented, like pink enough to see as a blush. What I a lot of times do with this is if I'm in the mood to look a little bit more sparkly or whatever, I will put this over my blush. I'll just take, you know, do my blush normal and then take a blush brush, and just kind of sweep it over and kind of give a little bit more glowing. But it's not something that I think that you can wear alone, and it, like I said, it's a little too pink to use it as a highlighter. It's okay. It's blendable. It's a very, very pretty color. It's just more enhancing, but not an alone by itself kind of color. Next is the Baked Highlighter. This is in color, I have no idea because it doesn't have any color on it, but it is kind of a shimmery, sheeny tan, which I was a little nervous when I first got it because I was like, how in the world is that going to look on my skin? But that's kind of what it looks like. It's a very pretty color. Let's put it on with my... it's a pretty color. It's a pretty highlighter. I like it. It doesn't last all day. The lasting power is honestly only a couple hours no matter what I do to it. But it's a pretty color for like the first couple hours. Here, let me go ahead and swatch this blush so you can see. So that's the blush. I mean, it's very sheen and almost highlighter. Here's the highlighter right here. So this one is the highlighter, this one is the blush on my middle finger. So you can see they're very, very similar. This one does have a little bit more pink in it, but it's just not, it's not pink enough to really like be a good blush. A highlighter, it's a little too pink for me to use as a highlighter, but like I said, it's a good enhancement, but it's not good all by itself. The last product is the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter. This is a concealer part. It is in color Fair. This is a highlighter part. It is in color Glow. I will be completely honest with you. If you have very little imperfections, this might actually be something that you like. If you have no dark eye circles known to man and you just want to highlight this area just to kind of make it glow, this would be a good product. If you have serious dark eye circles like me, or serious imperfections, I wouldn't recommend this. It has translucent coverage, if that makes any sense. This glow part, or this highlighter part, does highlight a little bit, but not enough to really use it. I'm just not really impressed with the formula. The highlight part is probably my most favorite out of this collection, or these two, but this concealer is just, it's so watery and so translucent that it doesn't cover up anything whatsoever. So not a big hit with that one. So that is it. That's my e.l.f. face products review. Hopefully you ladies enjoyed it. I will have a e.l.f. brush because I have a couple a few brushes from their collection, and then I'm also going to do one on like lip products and eye products. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, bye.